Smack 'em a gab, everybody. Dennis Turny Jr. He asked me to put Great White, the first Great White album versus the first Icon album. By the way, that's brought to you by AI. And I told the people at AI, make both look like they got plastic on it. And I'll get you some crack cocaine. And look at that shit. It was done real quick. But those are the two albums, the only two albums I like from these bands. I think what they did afterwards, a lot of people love Scene of the Crime, the next Icon album. A lot of people say it's an AR masterpiece. Man, I haven't. It does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. That album rules right there. And same thing with Great White. Great White, they went the bluesy route and they became more popular, which means if they would have stayed like that, they wouldn't have been popular. So by abandoning me, they became popular. But I still say that's the best Great White album. Rest in peace, Jack Russell. All right, let's get into this. All right, we start with Out of the Night versus Rock On Through the Night. Definitely Great White. Man, I love Jack's voice on there. You know, I'm a hard dog chicken man. I'm going to give you love in the valley way I can. That song rips. What a great opening track. It wins. All right, next. Stick It versus Killing Machine. Go with Icon. Killing Machine, man. That song rips. Killer tune. All right. Next. Substitute versus On Your Feet. All right. I'm going with On Your Feet. Substitute, man, everybody hates that cover, man. I love it. I love the video. Very punk rockish, and I think they rocked that tune like a motherfucker. But I'm going with On Your Feet, Stand and Be Counted. I'm giving it to Icon. Next, I'm on the Run, Bad Boys. Bad Boys versus World War. I'm going with Great White on that one. Bad Boys. Killer tune. All right. Next, On Your Knees versus Hot Desert Night. I'm going with Icon, but you know, I love On Your Knees. You know, I saw Great White open for Whitesnake, and I saw them open for Dokken on a Erase the Slate era. And they did play On Your Knees when they opened for Whitesnake. That's the only song they played off that album. And I love the song, but man, I'm going with Icon. That's one of my favorites on there. Hot Desert Nights. Actually, my favorite Icon song is the next song. But before we get into the next song, let's pick a random album and let's go right here. This episode is brought to you by, oh, I already see what it is. Dennis Turny Jr. Melissa brings you this episode, and, ooh, I grabbed two albums. Shit, this album is stuck in here. Look. This album fucking blows. Did I open it? I still haven't opened this. It was a present, but you know, somebody sent me this. And you know what? After this episode, I'm going to open it and listen to it because I remember I liked the song with, let's see if I can find, what's the name of the song? It was with Tony Iommi. I think it was Degraded Rules. Was it that one? What's the other one? No Escape? I can't remember. I think it was Degraded Rules. But anyway, this album sucks. And this is the greatest Ozzy Osbourne album, in my opinion. So I'm going to open this fucker and listen to it. Alright. Let's go to side 2. You know, it's funny because I pull out that Ozzy album and Patient Number 9 is stuck in there. And the reason it was stuck in there because it wanted to get some kind of greatness. That's as great as that album ever got. Alright, next. Street Killer versus Under the Gun. I love Street Killer, but Under the Gun is my favorite song off that album. Sounds so killer, man. I love that song. Under the Gun wins. Next. No Better Than Hell. Going against Iconoclast, which is just a little instrumental. It loses. I'm giving that to Great White. Alright. Next. Hold On versus Rock and Roll Maniac. I like Hold On. Nice little ballad, but Rock and Roll Maniac is so 80s. I love it. It reminds me of Keel. Like something off Final Frontier. I'm giving it to Icon. Alright, next. Nightmares versus I'm Alive. I'm going with Great White. I dig Nightmares. Cool tune. Now the last song, Dead End versus It's Up to You. Easy. Dead End, man. What a ripping closer to a great album. It starts with a ripper, it ends with a ripper. Love that first Great White album. So Dennis, this is the final score. What do you know? It's a tie, right? They're both great. I highly recommend both albums. But knowing you all, you probably like the later stuff more. I'm just kidding. Or maybe I'm not. Who knows? Who cares? All I care about is Dennis, Turny, and Melissa, and all you people watching now. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell. And if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. So, like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. Stay frosty. Listen to those two albums and smack 'em a gob.